All right, and we're live. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Today, our guest is Elyssa, owner of Lotus Mystic Haven, doer of all. I don't think there's anything that she cannot do. She can read your toes, she can read your cards, she can read your soul. She does cleanses, um, hypnotherapy, life coaching, spiritual coaching. She's a holistic doctor. She is the Mary Poppins of the spirit world. So thank you, Elyssa, for joining us. How are you today?
I'm good. Cold, like you said earlier.
It's cold.
Yes, cold but great.
Where are you at for it to be cold?
I'm in Houston right now.
Oh, it's cold in Texas? I thought Texas was
Oh
always
yeah.
hot and hotter.
Oh
Oh
no,
no, it's cold
it's
today.
very cold here. Very cold.
I'm like, man, last time I went to Texas, I was like, hot, 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 air conditioning.
Yeah.
Hot, 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 air conditioning. But now, okay, we know it can be cold, but I have yet to experience that with Texas. But so, how are you, Lynna? What's going on with you today?
I'm good. I'm cold too. It's a wet cold here, and it just kind of gets in your bones. And so, but I'm looking forward to talking with Elyssa. I'll
I
get
am
that right.
too.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, y'all just be butchering my name.
Elyssa.
You're right,
Elyssa.
that's correct. Elissa.
Elyssa. Okay.
Yeah.
Elyssa. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. Sorry, I didn't mean to be hacking up your name. I
No,
apologize.
I was about to say if it's not Tanya, it's Lena.
Right?
Yep, it's okay though. I'm used to it.
That girl. You that girl. That's all we need to know.
I like
The
cousin. They're
girl.
like, it's
Not
cousin.
that girl, but the girl.
The girl.
I'll take that.
The girl. Let me see. I'm trying to see the comments. Oh, can you
So,
guys still see me?
yes.
Yes.
See?
Okay, cool. Because I was like, when I hit comments, it goes away on my computer. I'm like, oh, what is happening? Okay. So I see a lot is changing for you in 2021. You have brought on some, although you've provided them before, some new services, doing new things with the Lotus Mystic Haven. So tell us what's going on with you for 2021.
Yeah, so I decided that I wanted to add some new services. They're old to me, but new to everyone else, new to the public. I decided to just go ahead and start expanding and showing people what else I can offer or what else I can do that is in my business or my field that I do already. And so I've actually started to introduce toe readings, which I told on Tanya's live before that I was going to start doing. And I've pretty much like made up my mind to go ahead and start doing it. It can be done virtually, just as well as in person. Unless you're getting the princess ritual, then it would have to be done in person because it's a lot that goes into it. And I have to be able to touch and feel the feet of the person.
So, what exactly is the princess ritual when it comes? I mean, first you have to explain
Do we get
what
like a
what
royal
is a toe
treatment?
reading.
The toe readings. Okay. So basically, toe readings are to help you find where you are stuck at in your life. Um, it could deal with like your right side is basically how you interact with the world. Your left side is how you interact with yourself and with spirit. So typically, sometimes we can get stuck in our spiritual path. And so by looking into your toes and seeing where you are, which we're doing it by it's the ethereal, you have the water, which is communication, your fire, which is your action. I'm using my fingers so that I can show like, where it is with your toes. Because it's kind of similar to palm readings, but it's not. So then you have after your fire, you have your earth, which is your toe, your pinky toe. And then you have the hold on, trying to get it together.
It's a lot.
Air, the air. So all of them are pretty much like cohesive, to one another. Your big toe is the ethereal, which is the connection to spirit. So depending on how it looks, even down to the toe polish that you choose, the chips on the nail, if you cut your toe too deep, all of these things can actually mean something. It could be how you probably prejudge yourself or how you prejudge spirit. It could be different, many various things of how you deal with spirit in yourself. And then on the right side is how you interact with the world. So we kind of see like if you're taking yourself back, or if you need to be more interactive, or just letting your light shine or be more communicative, depending on how it is when you're dealing with business, jobs, things like that. And so that's how we can kind of see like what's going on, even with relationships, communications, and things like that. Like, you have your heart chakra, which is, also connected on the toe. So I get to see certain things, but I also can see if there's something going on internally with you, with health issues as well through your feet.
That is nice. I mean, so is it kind of like, with your feet basically reading your path?
Yes.
I like that. I like that. So now that we know what the toe reading is, what is the princess treatment of the toe?
So basically what the princess ritual is it's like how Mary washed Jesus' feet. I can just say it that way because it's really like that. How she prepared a bath for Jesus when he was getting ready to pave the way to, go to the cross. She made oils, mixed this water with oils and really bathed his feet, and prepared him to get ready for his next level, his transition. And so that's what we do. And there's a prayer cloth that's involved. So I prepare the prayer cloth by warming it up. And I do a prayer over top of it just to make sure, whatever I'm pretty much setting my intention in that prayer cloth. And so once your feet are out of the ritual bath, I'm going to put your feet in the prayer cloth, and I'm just going to pretty much do a prayer over it. So then that way I can connect to your spirit. I can connect to the energy that I'm trying to get into when I'm getting ready to read your feet. And so that's basically the preparation for the princess ritual. After I've taken your feet out of the prayer cloth, there are oils that are going to be set up, which is connected to each chakra because your toe is each chakra. And so I'm going to, if there's any type of like setbacks or anything like that I may see, or any issues, we're pretty much doing therapy at this point when I'm doing the readings. I'm going to talk about it, and then once I pick it up, I'm going to bring it to your attention and say, hey, is this going on in your life? And blase, 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 this is what I'm seeing. Could you elaborate and tell me why do you feel like you're stuck in this area? Because it's showing up through your feet. Once I see that, I can pretty much use the oils that are connected to the chakra, and I can I was getting a little feedback. I heard some feedback.
Okay. Can you guys see me again? We froze and everything else. I was like, okay, let me go on my computer.
Yeah, I can see you. And it's clear now.
All right, good stuff.
Yeah, so even if like when people have like curves in their toes or anything like that, those definitely mean a lot. When it comes down to doing toe readings, I look at everything. I look even at the bottom of the feet. I can see what's going on, because then that kind of goes into play with reflexology, and then I can look and see what's happening dietary wise, or if there's something going on internally with you. And so that's what I read: moles on the feet, everything. Like everything means something.
What does dead skin mean? Because I know. No, I wonder because every time you like see people getting their feet done, they're getting their feet scraped. I've never had my feet done, but I'm just asking, what would that mean?
Yeah, it's basically transition, shedding the old and entering into the new. It's really what it means.
I was like, lotion, you need lotion.
No,
Yes.
I'm just wondering. So, like, depending on where it is,
Yeah,
too, because you were saying, like, what was it? The little piggy. What was the little piggy?
the pinky is the earth. That's your money. That's your money toe.
And what's this one?
That one would be your water, which is communication.
Okay.
The middle is the fire, which is the call to action. We call it the call to action toe. So how do you go about it? If someone is stuck or, they're procrastinating, they look different. The toes will turn, like if somebody's having issues with the root chakra, right? Because the earth is the pinky toe. So
Uh-huh.
we look at it and it's raised up. That could be a good sign because they're showing that it's actually balanced and they're allowing themselves to make money, keeping themselves open to whatever the universe has to provide for them. But if and it's also a sign of wealth and success if it's raised up. And if it's flat down, that's quite all right, showing stability. But some people's pinky toe tend to goes outwardly. And if it's going outwardly, that means that it needs balance.
Oh, okay.
Money
I'm
is
looking at that now.
fluctuating.
What about, like, do you do the look, I'm just being nosy now because you got me curious. But, like, the short toes versus long toes, is there a difference or
It is a difference. When it's long toes, if one toe is longer than the other one, depending on where it is. So, let's kind of say like, mm,
well, I mean,
I guess you could use like the heart chakra. We'll say like the heart chakra. If the heart chakra is longer than the fire toe, then it shows that person is creative. That person has a knack and an ability to be um, like musically inclined or artistic in some sort of way, or they're always being able to create and make something and always able to show themselves outward. If they both match on the right and the left, if they match on the right and the left, they're willing to share. But if not, if one on the other side is shorter than the other, then that's a problem because that means that they can't share with the world. They're going to keep it to themselves. And so they need to learn how to, be able to show their gifts or showcase their gifts to everyone.
I'm about to put my socks off and look at my toe. I was like, I want to know if I have the money toe.
like, I have toes like a Cabbage Patch Kid. They're the little short, cute toes, but like my daughter has long toes.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something about people with short toes and people with long toes in general?
It does. It does make a difference. But the thing of it is still, I would have to see the feet in order, to say like this is what's going on or this is what it is or whatever the case may be. I would have to see the feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have Bam Bam feet. That's why I call them like Bam Bam from the Flintstones. I have Bam Bam feet.
Not Bam Bam.
I have some Bam Bam feet. So are you excited about this new venture and where you're taking your business?
I am excited because I get to do so much now. Of course, I'm still wanting to add on, especially educational wise. But for right now, what I'm doing is I'm just willing to, just like say, hey, this is what I'm doing. If I can educate you in some sort of way, and just get the message out there for people to know, because there's so many different things that people don't even know about, like, with my healer therapy. A lot of people don't know about that. That's something that's really foreign to some people, and they like, what? I never knew that about the ear, like, whatever, like that. That's created with the, connected to the heart chakra, but it's also connected to, every vessel in the body. Your ear is connected to every vessel that's in the body. Like, there's some sort of thing that you can do to help when it's with that. And the same thing like with reflexology, that everything goes hand in hand.
Do you do ear candling?
You said, do I do what?
Ear candling?
No, I don't do that.
Oh, okay.
I don't do that. I kind of like, I want to know how to do it, but then it's just like, yeah,
It's cool because then you can like cut it open and read the wax.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But then it's like to the point where I'm like, yeah, I don't think I want to be playing that deep in somebody's ear.
I think that's where I was with that. I was like,
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
you have to be very careful.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
because
that's
sometimes
something
the wax can get stuck in people's ear if you don't know what you're doing. Then they have to go and get it professionally removed.
right.
You know, like they're like, oh, look, there's the candle wax, you know, tool. I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna go home and do it myself. And I'm like, that's not how that works.
Oh
Right.
no. This what I'm talking about is it's like a cone.
Yeah, no, and some people think you could do it on your own and you use the heat and you pull the wax up out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you still have to be really careful.
Yeah,
Some
because
people,
it's a technique that you have to do in order to be able to do that. So yeah,
It's pretty cool. But I was wondering if you had done it because you do everything.
you really do everything.
No.
You could probably do it in 2 years. You'd be like, okay, well, I'm doing it now.
In 2 months, give her 2 months. She's going to add it to her repertoire.
No, I'm not
doing
that.
I'm going to give it 2 years unless some story about somebody's crazy earwax does something. She'd be like, I'm not doing it.
I don't want to do that. I feel like it's kind of risky. Although it is helpful, especially I know a lot of people who are deaf because I grew up with my grandmother teaching me how to do sign language, American Sign Language, and I grew up around a lot of deaf people, and I know some people that actually have got that done and it worked. But the idea, it's just like the idea of me having to do that. I don't want to play around with something like that. It's so serious, you know. So no, I pass. I miss my calling to be a surgeon too, so I passed on that.
You didn't miss your calling. You can always go back and be a surgeon.
No.
Why not?
I think not.
Is it the blood?
Yeah, no, it's not the blood. I actually got over that when I took phlebotomy. So I did get over that.
What is it?
It's just I don't want to play around with somebody's life like that, not with a scalpel.
That's what my daughter said too. Well, not kinda. She wants to be a veterinarian. She said she didn't want to be a doctor because people look gross.
Yeah, not to mention, I'm empathic too. So that feeling when I'm walking through the hospital is I don't like it. It's too much energy. And I'm super sensitive, so no.
Mm-hmm.
What if I just be like, oh yeah, I feel like this person is not gonna make it. Drop the scalpel, I'm done. Walk away. I'm just saying.
I would be so mad if that was. I'd be like, girl, if you don't get in here and pretend, I might have a chance.
Yeah, it's like, what you do at that point? Like, what do you do? I'm like, because I'm a medium too, so I can see this person's spirit already just wavering. Like, girl, I'm about to go. I'm dipping. Earth is ghetto.
You're right. Okay, no
Say, what are you doing? Get back in there.
Right, and I was like, no, that person said they're walking away. They're gone. Peace.
Oh no. I was like,
hey, you could get an accurate time of death.
That's also very true.
Y'all really trying to make me go back to school right now? I'm like,
no, I know you don't want to go back to school. Your face right now says, "I am not opening another tab."
Yeah, not doing it.
Not at all. It's over.
Not at all.
I also know you're back with your familiar. How does that feel?
Oh, he's good. He's right here. He's laying on the floor sleeping very wildly right now. But
he don't want to talk to nobody.
Yeah, he didn't want to talk to Lynna, but it's like, not that.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm not looking at you. And then he put his eye over. I'm not looking at you.
Honestly, he's a little special when it comes down to the camera, but he knows where the camera is when he takes pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, it's crazy. It's odd. It's the videos. It's something about the videos. I don't know.
He's like, wait, hold on. Get this right angle for me for this still picture for the camera. Live video's not happening.
Right. He's like, I can hear you, but I can't see you. Where are you?
He won't.
Yeah.
So outside of the toe reading, have you expanded any more of your readings? Are you offering pet readings, anything like that?
Oh my gosh. See, you and Tanya, because
that would be really cool.
Tanya said that to me, was that last week? She was like, yeah, you should do, pet readings. I'm like, Yeah, no.
What do you do? Aura readings?
So I pretty much kind of do a lot of different readings. But
Can you read a pet's aura?
I can read animals. I can. So here's the story. This is why Tanya had said that I should do pet readings. So my dog a few years ago, he was really sick. Um, at first, like nobody could figure out what was going on. He was like very lethargic and he wasn't drinking or eating. He was to the point where it was just like nothing could be done for him. And so I just felt this feeling like, oh,
That's
this is
sad.
kidney stones. Like, this is kidney stones. This is why he's not eating. This is why he's having a hard time urinating and things like that. And so I told my mom, I was like, give him some bone broth, make him bone broth. He was already drinking smoothies and things like that. So that kind of like really helped him a lot. And so when he went to the veterinarian, they said, well, what were you giving him before? Because whatever it was, it's helping him. So he was passing the kidney stones, but there were some larger stones that he couldn't pass. And so they had to dissolve them. And so my mom told them, well, my daughter said that she felt that it was kidney stones. Like somehow she just kind of touched them and she knew that it was like kidney stones. And she was like, so she said, like, get him bone broth and this, and that. So we told him, like, basically, I was in school at that time still, in my homeopathic school and stuff. And so I was like, give him this. And they were like, well, that really helped him. Like, he really should have been dead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's why she was saying it. And plus, my dog actually told me his name. His name is Joey Santana. And he told me, my mom wants to name him Oreo. I'm like, Mama, no, that's not his name. We're not doing that.
Joey Santana.
Yeah, Joey Santana. And he actually was a man that lived a life, that he was a magic man. He was a conjure man. He's basically a Spanish man that lived a life. He's really just like how he is, I guess, when he was alive as a human.
That's a nice thing. It's nice to know their personalities when they tell you. That's
right.
Nice. Rob wants to know, would the inner ear procedure help with or for chronic vertigo?
Yeah.
It definitely can. Because with vertigo, it's basically being off balance. You think about when you're on vertigo, like everything is moving around, like woo. It's a whirlwind. So yes, it can. Definitely can be done with auricular therapy. It can help with vertigo.
Nice. Do you have you had a lot of people coming to you for that? Because I know vertigo is becoming what seems like a fairly common thing, especially with colds and everything else.
Yeah. I want to say maybe like a couple of years ago when I had finished, I did get 2 people that actually did auricular therapy with me. One was having like digestive issues. And so, like I said, again, I could go in through the ear and connect to the solar plexus, which a solar plexus would be in this area, in this region. And I can just go in and I can fix it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I also know you work with the chakras. Of all the things that you do, what is your favorite? You do so many things.
More probably hypnotherapy. Hypnosis is probably one of my favorites to do. Because it can do it for a lot of different things. Hypnosis can be done for like weight loss. It can be done for smokers, getting them to wean themselves off. Also people who, let's say they have addiction issues and stuff like that, drinking or, maybe crack meth, whatever the case may be. Like you can actually use that. A lot of people get the notion that it's about somebody putting a spoon or something in front of their face and waving it, which is not true, or tapping a cup and going around, it's not true at all. It's really a form of meditation. And the only difference between meditation and hypnosis is that we use a deepening technique. And that's really like verbal. And the way that we use it, it's like a cadence that we have to do in to help you to go under the trance, which they used to use this a long time ago for women who were pregnant, and they were going through labor pains and things like that. This is before, like, medicine came along and stuff like that. That was the form of medicine to help women who were actually having labor pains to get through those labor pains. That was the medicine for them. And so with that coming back, like, we can use hypnosis for a lot of issues, especially like with fears and phobias and things like that. You have arachnophobia, okay, yeah, well, come on, let's go. We can do this. A dog phobia, we can do it. Like, and it works because I give you a recommended thing to do for 1 week before we actually go into the hypnosis portion. And if you can do a couple of those things that I give you, the suggestions that I give you to do, it makes it easier for you to go under. And I know a lot of people are like, well, nobody can be hypnotized. Yes, you can. If you are willing, you can be hypnotized, regardless of if you are left brain dominant or right brain dominant. You can be hypnotized. The spirit is the willing vessel. Let's just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's any taking away the fear of snakes. I mean, I don't know, because
that arachnophobia thing. I can admire them from a distance, and we're cool like that.
I don't want to admire the snakes at all. I can admire them on a screen. If it's like anywhere in my area, it's over. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Everything's got to go. Everything.
It can still be done through hypnosis. It can be done.
Do you?
You may not want to, something like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go buy a snake, but you'll be able to be comfortable to be around them. And that's the idea, is for you not to be petrified, but to be comfortable to be around them.
Okay. So you can be around them without being yourself.
Yes, exactly. Nobody wants to be Kissy Annie walking around.
I don't know. You have to run and hypnotize me at the same time, because I'd be like, well, if I see a snake, be like, run, hypnotize me, because it's not happening. But I can't say anything. I have held snakes. I've held 2 snakes now, so I'm trying. I'm working on it.
You're working through it.
I'm working through.
Rob was asking if that procedure could be done by distance or if it had to be done in person. The one for the vertigo.
It has to be done in person, because I have to do use essential oils and things like that, and also see how tender it is. See, there's a pick that we use, and see, if I rub it across that area, it tells me how bad it is. If it starts to burn, that means it's extremely bad. And there are certain things that I have to do in order to, get it less than where it is. And so the rubbing of it is where I can see what a sensation is. Like, if it doesn't bother you as much, or, it gives me the level of, what they say, like your from worst or least to greatest.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much like that.
How bad does it hurt?
Yeah, how bad does it hurt? But then also I have to see if we do an arm test. And with this arm test, what it does is tells me which oil would be best suited for you, that your spirit is saying which would be best suited for you. So how we do it is I'll make you smell like the oil first, and you'll have your hand up. And once you have your hand up, I'll push your hand down and say, like, it's feeling good for this issue. And if the arm goes all the way down, then it's a yes. If it goes halfway, it's like maybe. But if it doesn't budge at all, then it's no. So there are different things that I have to do to find out which one will be best suited for you to help you with that issue.
Now, I was wondering, you were talking about, you were showing what part of the inside of the ear. Do you do like acupuncture or acupressure? Because I know there's a lot of different points in the ears.
Yeah, I do acupressure. And this is a form of acupuncture without the needles. Mm-hmm. We use oils. So being an aromatherapist too, which is also, that's kind of like incorporated with that as well. But with acupressure, it's just, acupressure is tapping. So while you tell me the issue, what's wrong, we talk about it or whatever, I'm going to tell you to tap into certain areas, which is your T-zone areas. But during that process, what I'm doing is I'm also going to tell you there are certain things that you need to say, like certain affirmations or whatever, that are going to help you get through this. That's how acupressure works.
Okay. Yeah, because I had migraines. I had a car accident when I was 18, and it affected the L3.
Mm-hmm.
So I had migraines forever, and was constantly going to the hospital to get a shot and all that stuff. And after thousands of dollars and many hospital visits, I finally figured out that I could pay $60 to get my ears pierced on the inside. The day piercing, I haven't had a migraine in a year and a half. And all it's $60, $35.
Yeah, because that area is your crown chakra area.
Mm-hmm.
This area in here in that cartilage is your crown chakra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works. It definitely works.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly why we tell people, like, you know, when you have headaches and stuff like that or whatever, if you do auricular therapy, it definitely can work. Like I was speaking about putting their like beads or whatever. So like say if you didn't want to get your ear pierced, I can just place a bead there and the bead would actually help you to not have headaches.
And you can do that with the vertigo too. There's a pressure point for vertigo.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
You know, I'm kind of intrigued. I'm like, I don't know what to ask because I'm like, what else is in the ear? I guess it's the question.
There's all kind of nerves and stuff in there. It's
Yeah.
like you do the feet too, and on your foot, you can. There's different pressure points on your foot. Same as
I knew about the foot. I knew about the foot, and I know about the hand. I didn't know about the ear, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the other part. That's the part that they don't speak about a lot. Especially like with reflexology, you only like pretty much focus on the hands and the feet, but they forget about the ear. The ear is auricular therapy, so that's a whole different form, and they miss that part.
But it definitely works. I can testify. I said it definitely works. I can testify because I haven't had a migraine in a year and a half, and that's really good for me because I was going like constantly all the time. At least twice a month, I was going to the hospital to get shots.
Right.
I like that. I like all that information. I like that there's different things outside of having to pump yourself full of medicine to heal migraines or headaches or vertigo. Because a lot of people don't tell you about that. They're like, oh, you have to go do this or you have to be on this medicine, but they don't tell you the other ways that you can heal yourself. And it seems like these ways are so much simpler.
Mm-hmm.
They really are.
Than arm and leg.
You got some good essential oil. Guess what? You can make it work. To answer Nika's question, it doesn't matter if you get the piercing or if you do the bead. Whichever works best for you is what will help you with the headache. As long as it's done right, it's done properly, you should be fine without having those headaches. I hope that answered your question.
I like that. That's really.
I do want to add, since Nika asked, if you do one side, you really need to get both sides done because I got one side pierced and then waited 2 weeks to get the other side pierced. You know,
I would suggest you get both sides done.
Yeah.
They pretty much go hand in hand, so you want to do both sides. Because if not, then you're not going to kind of like off balance. You got to think about everything.
Like my left side of my head did not hurt, but the right side still hurt.
Exactly.
And you could tell it. It was like my head was split down the middle. I could tell the difference.
Right. Yeah. So you want to do them both at the same time. And not just like be like, oh, I'm just gonna get one side done because it'll work. No, it's gonna knock you off balance.
I was just worried about because I sleep on my side, and so I wanted to be able to sleep on one side while the other side healed up. Go get the other side done. You know, like your wisdom teeth. You get one side done so you can still eat on the other side.
Yeah, I get you.
They took out all my wisdom teeth. Who gave you the option to have one side done before? They were like, open your mouth. I went to sleep and I came out with no teeth.
Uh,
I didn't have the option.
one side, and then I went back later and got the other side. That way I can still eat.
Yeah, they were like,
Yeah,
enjoy your soup.
yeah, they took mine out all at one time. But I even with that, like I use my herbal remedies or whatever to help me, through that when they took my teeth out. It's like, yeah, I'm not
Right?
going through this pain. I'm not about to take this medication. So I'm using the herbal remedies, to do what I need to do. I was telling Tanya, when I was living in the hood, quote unquote. They used to call me Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman because I used to be like, okay, I have herbs galore. Like the amount of herbs that I have now, I probably have more back then than I do now. But I used to make everybody different things so they would come to me and say, hey, I have this issue. What can you do? And I'd be like, I can mix you up something. I have it done in just give me a few hours. And I'll bring it to you. And I will bring it to them. Of course, tinctures take longer to make. But if I can whip up something like that, maybe like a drink or a tea, or some sort of paste, I can do it, and I would just give it to them, and it would work.
Right. Yeah, I like
So,
rosemary with honey is like my go-to for everything almost.
Well, because rosemary is one of those herbs that are pretty much like is a Renaissance herb. You can use rosemary for pretty much everything. Your hair, your teeth, the gums. Like rosemary is a multi-purpose herb. It's one of those herbs. Even magically, it's a multi-purpose herb.
mm-hmm. It's the white candle of herbs. But
Pretty much.
going to herbs, now we're going to talk about herbs, and you being a holistic doctor, how did you step into that path?
So when I was younger, I had got a bad urinary tract infection, right? And so I just remember, like, my grandfather, he was a veterinarian, but he was also a farmer. And I pretty much grew up on the farm with my grandfather in Louisiana. And so he taught us all of these different things, plus being shamanic and stuff like that or whatever. He kind of pretty much like, introduced us to everything. I was the one who kind of like took a knack to it. I was like, yeah, I love doing this. I love being around the animals. I love working with the herbs. I love gardening. I love those things like that. But going back, when I got the urinary tract infection, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm in excruciating pain. Like, what did I do? And they were saying, like, it was the sodas and things like that or whatever. And I was like, pretty much I really did like me some good old grape soda and some orange soda at the time. So I was like, yeah, I got to leave this alone. I'm not Kale. So I cannot drink the orange soda. And so my mom pretty much had this book, and she had like all of these different remedies and things like that. It was like homeopathic remedies. So my mom had the book, and my mom is in the medical field too. But she liked to do, the homeopathic way. So I read the book, the entire book, and I was just like, oh yeah, like this is the way. I'm just not going to be doing all of this other stuff, like this medicine and stuff like that is like really bad. So when I graduated, my first year, I was in college and I graduated with my associate's degree in criminal justice. And then I moved to going into the holistic part and was like, that's what I need to go to school for. I need to do the holistic part and get that down. And so I learned a lot with that. And then I ended up stopping and starting something else. I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop this because something happened, and now I need to go this direction, which I ended up going into getting my bachelor's in fashion design. And then I moved from there and went back and said, I need to go finish. Now I need to finish because I only did halfway, and I need to go back and pick this up because I need to finish. Like, I have to be a doctor. Like, that's the one thing that I wanted to do and I always said I would do. And so pretty much that's like how I got into it. Just that one incident.
Do you grow your own herbs and vegetables and stuff?
Yes, I do have a garden. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if I can't get it online, I got it in the backyard.
Right.
That's the way to have it. That's the
Right.
way to be. So I know you do so many things. I know you even do special orders sometimes for people spiritually, with like certain bags and things that you make. Um, can you break us down like the process of that? I know because we've had some conversations where like some women may be pregnant and they may need special things and you make them their spell kits. I mean, can you tell us about that? Because I know there's got to be a lot of people that are interested in that to have specialized spell kits.
Yeah, so I wouldn't really call it a spell kit, but more so it's like, if I like say if I do a reading or whatever and I see something popping up and I say, hey, I'm just bringing it to your attention that this is possibly what you may need. Just making a suggestion to you. Now I do make them, like if you want to get it or if you want to get it from someone else, that's fine. If it works, it works. But I'm not going to pressure you into purchasing it from me. Now, with the process is more like I listen to what spirit tells me to put in the bag or whatever. So like with my money mojo bag or whatever. A lot of people talk about the money mojo bag that I make. It's really geared towards like whatever it is that they're going through. My spirits will say, hey, you need to put this herb in there, you need to put this herb in there or whatever. And I do a full ritual. So it's not really like I'm making the bag and then just say I'm going to go ahead and ship it to you. No, it's a ritual that goes into it. And I'm really working the bag for you. It's made for you. So I'm working it for you and telling you, hey, this is what I need you to do. Once you get the bag, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. I give you a whole little regimen, for you to do before you actually you start using the bag. So you need to activate it.
Mm-hmm.
I've already worked it, but you have to activate it because you got to incorporate your magic too. It's not just, I'm going to just give you something and say, hey, yeah, it's going to work for you starting tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. It's a process. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of people don't realize that it is a process. And some people just be like, hey, yeah, I'm going to give you this bag and just keep it moving. No, because then you won't see action.
So, I mean, going on a personal level, I feel like, so many people know you. So I'm like, and then we know so many of the same people. I'm like, what can I ask her that other people probably haven't asked her? But what are your goals besides expanding your business for 2021? Because it's going to be a year.
Yeah, I'm taking off in March. Decided to take my sabbatical in March. So I'm going to stop doing readings. Everything dealing with my spiritual work that I'm doing. So I need to just take a step back because I have other businesses that I have as well. A lot of people know I do music. And so I'm going to focus on music and getting my music completed, my project complete. Because it's been over 5 years that I've been working on this project and it's still not done. So I'm taking time off to actually go ahead and complete my project. And then get my other two businesses back up and running the way that they need to be ran, because they just been lying dormant, and it's almost like, you got these two kids over here that you're forgetting about because you're so focused on this one, and I'm neglecting my children. So I need to go and pick those up so I can get where I need to be. So that's my goal for 2021 is to get my music done, get my EP finished and start on my album. And then start bringing back my clothing line because I had a clothing line that I was doing for men and women, and bring that back as well as my Tasty Tours business, which I want to start getting a lot of people who are chefs and things like that or whatever to get them on board with what I'm doing.
So, in other words, if somebody wants some work done or a reading from you, they need to get it while the getting's good. Get it now. So,
Yeah.
how can they get in touch with you to get that reading or to get that? Well, they're going to have to probably get a reading done before you'll do work anyway. But so, how do they get
Oh
in
yeah.
touch with you before March?
Okay, so I do have my website. My new website is being rebuilt. But you can always inbox me on my Facebook page, Lotus Mystic Haven. You can also contact me on Instagram, Lotus Mystic Haven. It doesn't change, y'all. It's the same thing. Okay. Um, and just inbox me, tell me what you're looking for. If you haven't looked at the services first on Facebook, because there is a tab that says services, you can look under the services and see what I have to offer. And if you're interested, then, let me know, inbox me. I know Facebook can sometimes be crazy because they're forever changing something. If you have a Facebook business page, and you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I'll be like, what? Then just be like, y'all just inbox me because I don't have time to deal with Facebook craziness. Just inbox me and then we'll get you squared away. We'll talk about whatever it is that you need to get done or whatever it is. Also, if there are services that are needed to be in person, I have to let you know that there is a travel fee that I do charge. So you will have to pay for the flight and the room, like my stay. So I have to include that as well. But if that's what you're looking for, then we can do that. Or you can go, like, there's also a website link that you can go to on my Facebook page that'll show you everything else that is not on the Facebook page. Products are not there. I'm closing, my store is closed for right now. Yeah.
Because you're getting ready for your sabbatical. So
something you can accommodate them though, right?
Yes, I can. Or send them to somebody else.
Right.
I'm good to do that.
So you'll be popping back after your sabbatical to teach at the Collegium.
Well, actually, no. When we get started, which I wanted to inbox you about that too. So when we do get started with teaching classes, at the Collegium, I will be present for the classes. I'm just not going to be socially active on Facebook or anything like that. So just for the classes, I'll be present.
I am excited. I'll be sliding in. So what is the first class that you plan to teach at the Collegium, you think?
Really, I always say the basic is always needed first. So healing comes before anything. We have to be able to be in that place to grow. You got to heal. So there are some things that need to be worked out. I teach different forms of healing because everybody doesn't heal the same way. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Everybody doesn't heal the same way. And so my thing is in the class, I want to get to know everybody. So then that way I can pretty much, pick up what's really going on or what actually they may need to heal. And then we can go through the process of saying like, okay, this is what we can do, to help with the healing, so that you can be able to move past this and be able to open up certain areas of your life or even your gifts. Because to me, that's necessary. Like you can't do anything else without doing the healing work first. I don't care where you are, you got to do the healing work first.
That is very true. Unfortunately, it will pop up one way or the other at the beginning, in the middle, or towards the end. Some way, somehow, end up healing.
Right.
So, and you're a natural healer. I mean, some people have run into the soft side of you. Some people have run into the hard side of you. But either which way, you still get where it needs to go.
Tough love. Sometimes tough love is the best love. I do it out of love. So, like, I always try to tell people, like, never take what I say, like, to heart, because there are spirits that work with me, and some of them might be stepping forward to say, hey, like, this is what you need. You've been pulling this shit stunts this whole entire time, and people have been letting you skate by. Like, you need to hold some accountability. And so if I have to be the accountability bulldog, I have to be the accountability bulldog. But if you just need some nurturing and some love and it's just soft, then that's what I give. It's not so much me.
It's what's called for at the time. But what about your life coaching? I know you have quite a few life coaching clients and they have homework, and we see the messages when they're not doing their homework.
Yeah. I started to say, I said the other day, I was like, I think I'm starting to turn into Ayanla because I'm starting to see how it's really coming out with my life coaching clients. I'm like, I started to almost get into that mode of saying beloved. I'm like, but it's really like when you deal with people who, are healing and they need to do these life coaching sessions and stuff like that, I notice a lot of things, especially like with psychologists. Of course, we take psychology courses and things like that or whatever. But the thing of it is that some people get into like going get these psychologists and stuff like that or whatever, and they're not really helping them to heal. They're still having the same issue. And it's because these people are not caring. They just want the check, and they don't want to really help them find the way to work through their problems. What life coaching is more so, I'm listening to you. And so I kind of regurgitate back to you and say, hey, this is what you told me. So tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong, but this is how you said it. And so this is what I'm picking up, that this is the area that you may need help with, trust or, self-sabotaging. Sometimes that's showing up that that's learned behavior from you as a child, as an adolescent. You've seen your parents do it, or they just kind of like pushed you aside, whatever the case may be. Like, it shows up in your behavior later on. And so going back to work through that issue from a child, I have to, really be sensitive with that. That's the area where I'm very sensitive when it comes down to the childhood work, because you're talking to somebody who's their younger self. They don't realize that they've actually trapped themselves into living this life as the younger them. They're just in adulthood in the present state, but they're still a child. Because they want those things that they were supposed to get when they were a child and didn't receive. So now we have to work through this in order to get them where they need to be right now. So yeah, I'm definitely, when it comes down to my life coaching people, I definitely really care for them. I tell them, like, use me as your lifeline. I am your lifeline. So when you're going through something, hit me up. I'm going to talk to you. Because if nobody else supported you, I'm your support system. I'm your lifeline. So call me. I don't care what time it is. Look, if I don't answer, if it's after midnight, I will get to you in the morning. I will make sure that it's my duty to get to you and make sure that you are okay.
I like that. I mean, I personally know that you definitely care for all your clients, all your patients, all your friends. I see the big heart that you have. I know the things that you do. So, I mean, all the things that you put out there, like for your services, it's perfect. They're perfect, because you tend to give 150% to everything that you do. So, I mean, I think you're amazing. So,
thank you.
All the hard work you put in.
Yeah, I'm definitely like 110% probably all in when it comes down to that, because I know what it is to go through certain things. Like, I've dealt with a lot of different issues growing up, especially like abandonment issues and things like that. Losing a lot. I've lost children. I've gone through so much, even having depression at an early age. Like, I almost didn't graduate. And I was graduating a year prior, and I almost didn't graduate because of depression. So I know what it feels like. I almost committed suicide 3 times. So I know what it feels like, and I'm able to relate to other people, especially when they go through certain things. So I definitely take that serious, because I want to be able to help those people get through those tough times. And it's really tough out here, especially when you're trying to heal and don't have anybody to be a listening ear.
Yeah. And especially when it's a heavy time. So it's like your stuff on top of all the other stuff, on top of other people's stuff. And then, yeah, you feel like you're walking alone, especially right now with some places being locked down. People can't do what they normally want to do. So depression is definitely hitting a lot of people hard because their normal coping mechanisms just aren't,
working. Right. And I'm not charging you an arm and a leg to heal. Most people are charging out here $5,000, which I think is really, well, it's ridiculous to me. But I mean, if that's what they charge, and that's what they charge. But I made it much affordable, for people to be able to heal themselves. I have package deals, when it comes down to life coaching, which one of my package deals can actually get hypnotherapy if it's necessary. And in whatever it is that we're working on, you have the choice to get hypnotherapy And they also come with a reading that's geared toward that situation that we're working on as well. So that's also included in the package, or a ritual that, if it's financial, let's say we're doing a business coaching, if it's financial business coaching, I actually will do a business ritual, for you. Once we're done at the end to make sure that, your business expands and it excels too.
Right.
So that's just something that, I felt like would be necessary. A lot of people may not agree with it, but even when it comes down to like even Christians, because I try to work with everybody. So I make it adjustable for them. The package fits you. Let's just put it that way.
Fluidity is important. So it's good that you're able to understand everybody, or try to understand everybody's past, so that you can work with them the best way that, fits for them as well.
Right.
And a lot of people will not do that for you.
Right.
For sure.
I'm flexible.
Well, everyone's an individual, and therefore their issues are individual to them.
Right.
Or unique to them. Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree.
Oh, show. Oh, show.
So,
I mean, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I mean, it's really hard to find people who are doing what you're doing, who will be willing to be fluid for, the patient, the client, and who's open to listening to things on a larger scale than just the regular mundane Monday through Friday things. So, I mean.
Right. And I don't just work with adults, I work with children too. So, I even offer children readings as well, which I probably think that's like one of my favorite readings to do is for kids. Like, I love connecting to their energy, and the spirits that are around them. Like, I think that's like probably one of my least stressful readings is kids readings.
Well, kids are more open than adults are.
Right. They really are. Even when it comes down to therapy with kids, like, talking to them, like, you learn more from children than you would an adult anyways. But I definitely like helping them too, especially like being in that adolescent, in that young stage. The mind of a child is a sponge for real. Like, they soak up everything, which is why, we have to be careful with what we say around kids, or even how we deal with certain things around kids, because they really do watch everything, even if they're not around and they can hear you, like, they're picking that up. So I love working with them, probably more so than anything.
I think it'd be interesting to read kids. I feel like they'd be fun because kids are hilarious. You never know what they're going to say.
They really are. And they know a lot. Like, the kids that, like, I have, like, one of my main clients is a child. And reading her is always an adventure because, one, she's connected to the Fae. And so they always have a message for her. And then, like, all the little things that she does for them, it's so cute. It's like, to me, I'm like, that is so cute. Like, that's adorable. What child would at that age, like, she's 6, that's building a house for the Fae. She feeds them, like, she gardens for them. She really takes care of them. Most adults don't even do that. Heck, I'm lazy when it comes down to doing it sometimes, and I know they Shishi. I know.
I just can't.
Told me before, and I know. But golly, it's like, it's a lot of spirits that come around, and at the end of the day, like, for this child to actually be having so many different spirits with her, and she's taking care of them. I'm like, what's my excuse? Like, this child is taking care of her.
I mean, she doesn't have a job and other stuff.
Yeah, but she has school. She has school. That's a job. School.
That's like free time. But no, I think it's really good that she's 6, and I mean, because Fae are demanding.
And they really are.
You got to get it done, or then they want to get mischievous. You'll be missing house keys, money, anything.
True.
So,
True. Yeah.
I like. So Sorry, Lynna, do you have something else you want to pull in and ask?
Well, I was going to ask. I know you're in town now. Where are you going next? What are you doing next?
What do you mean? What am I doing next? After what?
When you leave town,
You leave town?
where are you going? What are you going to be doing?
I'm moving in my house to California.
Oh,
moving, finally getting to my house.
I thought
That's
you
what
were
I do.
already there, and then it was like, well, what's she doing here?
Child. Another story for another time, child.
You're getting
My
there.
house just
All
sitting
that
there.
matters is you getting there. You're one step closer.
House just sitting. Like, come home, please. Fill me up.
You're ready to be in. You're ready to be in Cali and be warm.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like when I walked off that plane, to me, that was home. I'm like, I'm home. That was all she wrote.
And that was it.
That was it. I was in love. I was like, this is it's a wrap. I'm home. Goodbye, Georgia. Peace out.
You weren't a fan of Georgia, though. You were ready to leave Georgia when you got to Georgia.
Yeah, I did what I had to do when I went to Georgia. I went there for my music and for fashion, and I did what I had to do. I got myself back on track spiritually too, because I walked away from spirituality. I did. I was like, I'm done. I don't want to do no magic. I don't want to pop nothing. Like, no, I'm not doing it. I walked away. I walked away for 4 years, and that was the worst 4 years of my life. To walk away from my spirits, that was the worst 4 years of my life. But it was like every time something would come about, they would always pour back into me like, you gotta go back. You cannot. You thought that you could walk away. No, you can't. You can't. They brought me right back.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Right.
home.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Rob says he can't wait to visit. I know I can't wait to visit either. But when I come, I'm like,
we're gonna have a party. What you mean? It's
I'm
gonna be party time. You hear me?
I know, but I'm crashing at your place because it's gonna be an expensive ticket.
Come on, I got a 3-bedroom. I got a 3-bedroom house. Come on.
I'm rolling in there like
You're gonna be around with Joey and the new puppy. So I mean, come on. It's more than enough room.
I can see Joey right now. You are stepping on my territory. He's probably gonna have a list of house rules. I'll be like, really, Joey?
He back there on the couch sleep right now. Probably like, hurry up, mama, so I can play.
I can't wait for your music to come out. I'm following the music account, so I can't wait for that to happen. Then come visit you. I want to eat sushi in California. Let me just get the list going. I want to have some good alcohol.
Oh, I got a bar, so we good.
I'm like, that's pretty much it, sushi.
I got a bar, so we good. You can drink all the drinks you want.
Go to the beach. Like,
yep, definitely. I live like 10, 15 minutes away from the beach. Like 10, 15 minutes. Yeah.
I'll make sure to bring my fancy glasses and be like my Gucci's and be like, let me just pretend like that's where I am all the time.
Look, Rob, some illegal cannabis, right, Rob? It's gonna be a party. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be a party. Like, y'all, come on. When I say Lynna, come on, Lynna, let's go.
I like to drive. Look,
You gonna drive today? Because I have to drive there, so you gonna drive?
Girl, let me tell you why I drive everywhere. I love airplanes. I love flying. But I like to have my car because when it's time for me to go, it's time for me to go.
Right.
If I want to go down to the store or whatever I want to do, I can get in my car and go.
Right.
Get a rental car. You can fly there and get a rental car.
Why? Right. I got a Lincoln. Why would I want to get a rental car?
Because the gas to drive from Texas to Cali.
Gas is expensive in California.
Oh, I know. I made the mistake of, oh Lord, when I
$3.
When I went, it was more than that back in March. When I went to Portland, instead of going diagonal up, I thought, oh well, I just go straight across the I-10, and then what is that road that goes straight up to Portland?
Mm-hmm.
Girl, don't do that. That's the wrong thing to do.
Oh no, I drive. My grandfather taught me you go close towards the panhandle and then go up.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
up through like Nevada and Utah and all that.
Yeah.
Much better way to go. Much better. Well, that's the way we came back. But it took me
Really?
like 4 days to drive up there. 4 days.
No, ma'am.
So tired. And then they got these mountains in Northern California that go like this, and
Oh no.
they ain't got no guardrail.
Nope.
Right.
Oh my God, we had to go to my
Oh yeah,
friend's
that's like in
wedding,
Calabasas.
and they had us go up that mountain, and I was thinking, God, today is the day I die. And that is my biggest fear, being in a car and falling off the side of a mountain. I was like, God,
I was
this
doing
is
like
not how we're
30
to go.
because I did not know that road. I was doing 30.
I was in the back seat. My sister was driving. I was in the back seat holding my tears and crying. I mean, I was squeezing my eyes and crying. I was like, God, this is going to hurt when we fall off this mountain. It's going to hurt so bad. We're just going to be out. It's going to be done. Let it be quick. We made it up that thing. I was like, I will never do that again. It will never happen again.
That's what I told Tanya when she got there, because Tanya and Taylor flew up there, right? Because Taylor wasn't on spring break when I left. So she had a couple more days of school, and then her and Tanya flew up there together. I told Tanya, I said, look, we are not going back through California. I'm sorry, but y'all are not going to get to see California. Because Taylor was like, I want to see California. No.
I don't
No.
I really felt like I died in that car. Like, I think my heart stopped beating. I was like, you got a big ass mountain and a narrow road at that, and people sliding down and no guardrail because you just want people to die.
Yeah.
You just mean.
So are you going to be like in the southern part?
Yes, I live in South Cal.
We'll be cool then.
Yeah.
So no mountain, right? No mountain.
No, it's no mountain. No mountain where I am. You'll be good.
I'd be like, because I'm gonna have to take that Harry Potter bus, that squishes and gets real small, and then we make it there somehow. Because I can't do anything else. It's not working. I can't do it. I mean, oh my God! I swear to God, I died in that car.
Yeah, my area is like it's LA County, so I'm not too far from Hollywood either. I think like Hollywood is probably like 25 minutes away. Yeah. So I'm like right there in the middle. Seriously, in the middle.
We'll have to get together and get a time. Because I like planned stuff.
She does. Planned out.
Next year,
I'm just gonna fly. I'm not driving.
Right, just fly.
If it's more than 4.5 hours, count me out. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you don't have. Oh, the Robert's talking about the desert, baby. I'm not going to the desert in California. I already been there, done that. And child, when I say I was hot. I had my feet out the window type hot. Like, I'm not doing that again. I was like, this made me change my mind. I'm not going to Las Vegas because if it's hot down here like this, I'm not going.
Right.
Vegas is fun though. Vegas is like the city of sin. I step in Vegas and I'm like, we can do anything in Vegas. I'm like, yes, little demons pop out. We're all dancing together because
yeah, but child, I don't like to sweat. Okay. I don't like to
sweat. You're in the worst place if you don't like to sweat.
No, because California,
no, LA. I mean, right now, today.
Oh, I've been to Texas. I lived in Texas before.
But it gets so hot.
I'm not new to Texas. I'm an old resident too.
I felt like my pants shrunk to my skin. I was like, oh, this is a different kind of hot.
Mm-hmm.
Different kind of
right.
Hot. So when she comes to visit you, she just wants to be high and in a corner. So,
Nika, we already know, girl. We already
know. It doesn't seem like she needs a bedroom. So.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy. And Nancy says she wants to visit too. California is pretty. We got stuck in Compton. The train, I don't know, just stopped right there in Compton and wouldn't go. We were like, oh. We were sitting there for a bit. We made it out, of course, but I was like, this train needs to go.
Right, I was say Compton is still bad. Between Compton and South Central.
I was like, we are stuck in Compton. Like, this is, you could tell we were tourists too. I was like, this is not good. So there's songs about Compton.
Thinking.
No, there's songs about Compton.
Like, we're stuck here in Compton.
And you're making your album. Are you going to have anything like on Apple Music or?
It'll be everywhere. Spotify, iHeartRadio. Everything is already set up. They're just waiting on me to just put the music.
Okay, we'll get
and
it.
it's spiritual R&B music, so I think everybody can vibe and relate to it. Like a lot of people looking for magical music, is pretty much really magical music. Like I talk about a lot of stuff, manifestation, my spiritual journey, my relationship with my spirits. Like I mentioned, a lot of spirits that I work with too in my music. So, you know, you get it's a different feel, it's a different vibe, but I'm also have different like flavors to my music too. So you get some jazz songs. I'm really eclectic with my music.
What's your name? Is it still going to be Elyssa Henry?
No. My stage name is Jay Zamora.
Okay.
Most people who know my music name know my name is Jay Zamora. That's my daughter's name.
Okay. Because we need to know who to search for.
Yeah. I'm like, I actually have 2 pages. So if you follow me on Instagram, it's Jay Zamora officially. And then my music page on Facebook is Jay Zamora. And some of my music and stuff is on there too.
Okay, cool. I'll have to check that out.
And send us the link so then we can share it as well.
Okay. No problem.
So yeah. Awesome. Well,
reading comments. Sorry.
I know. I was seeing Chaz how he's saying y'all are gonna be naked.
That's the one I was looking
at. Naked as possible.
His first level
is JZAMMORAH. Jay Zamora.
And Nico will share when she's out of jail. So, because she keeps going back to jail.
She keep being a repeat offender. Repeated offender.
Yeah, they gonna give her the 3G one of these days.
Oh no.
It seems like every other day we got bond money for Nika.
Finally got put in jail. Finally. I'm like, she was doing so good. Who got her?
She got herself. Facebook. Cussing the people out. Nika no.
Look, she gonna get aggravated. She gonna
you got 3 months in jail.
Right. They just gave us 3 days.
You know what? I'm gonna make me a new account. Nika gonna have like 15 accounts, like my cousin.
Wait, she got 3 altogether. I seen the other one that said alternate account.
Oh,
with that woman with the bags on her back, bag lady.
Yep, I got the Nika one. I ain't got the bag lady one. I don't think yet.
Oh, it's another one. It's another one. She got 3 accounts now.
Oh Lord, Nika.
I think she's setting herself up just in case if she go to jail on that account, then she got the other account.
She's like, you will not stop me from cussing y'all out. You will not stop me to die.
Right. Nika said no hold backs.
right.
All right. Well, I got to get off from here because my vocal coach is texting me.
Oh, she's over here with me, huh?
Any remarks you want to say, or?
I appreciate you guys for having me back on here. I know last time it was just me and Lynna. And I think Lynna was like pulling rabbits out the hat trying to ask questions. This time we got Shishi. So I really do appreciate you guys taking time out to even invite me back to the show. If y'all already, I think everybody knows who I am on here pretty much. But if you want to follow me on Instagram at Lotus Mystic Haven, or you can follow me at Jay Zamora officially. You can also like my Facebook page, Lotus Mystic Haven. If you want to send me a friend request on my personal page, that's fine. Just be interactive. My saying is when I invite you, when you come in, I'm like, hello, motherfuckers. Just saying. That's the type of page I have.
Well, thank you for coming on. Tell your voice coach hi, because I think she's on the same time as me. She's in Germany, right?
Oh no, she's back. She's back in the
Oh,
States.
she's
She's back
back.
in Atlanta.
Oh, well, tell her hi and well wishes. And we will see you again later. Thank you so much for joining us. And
No
thank you,
problem.
everybody
Thank
else,
you.
for coming
You're
in.
welcome to come back anytime. Just let us know when.
Yes.
All right. When I get something new, I'll let you know.
All right.
Sounds good.
Love you
All
guys.
right.
Love
Bye.
you.
Love you
Bye.
too.